Okay, we are recording. Perfect. For everyone who's watching this, something I might forget to mention that I wanted to say last time is as much as I love people muting themselves so it's quiet, which I totally understand. Christine has like 3 babies in her lap right now. But the majority of the time, if it's just you, I would love feedback. That way I'm not feeling like I'm talking to myself. And so keep yourself unmuted when we Zoom, unless I tell you otherwise. But thank you for muting yourself, Christine. I appreciate it. Okay, quick recap of Leadership Retreat 2019. And it was just, this is a similar to convention. This is the map in the front and then the layout of the speakers, and we had breakout sessions. So in the breakout, they had everyone, their pictures, and then hello, thank you for joining, Melissa. Their pictures and then what they were speaking on. So there are 3 different groups you could join, 4 different sessions, and then Friday, the general session as well. So that was basically what the handout was about. Keynote speaker, Rachel Hollis, did a fantastic job. I'll share some of the points that she went over. Empowered Success, guys, this sales training guide that they just created and released, super cool. You're gonna love it. It's fantastic. Creating all of the tools and resources that we didn't have before, aka none of us are salesmen, so it's a fantastic resource. Leadership, I was really excited about this. Not leadership, incentive retreat. So this was, oh actually no, sorry, this is the party, the luau. That was fun. Wear outfits, dressing up. But they were announcing the incentive trip, and I don't know if they had a picture of it in here. No. Incentive trip and going to Hawaii in February. And I'll share a bit about that. But the concept is same for the incentive trip as it is for an amazing financial possibility, potential, that they're releasing in the Healthcare Expo. So what they're, the whole concept of them trying to basically meld traditional with alternative healthcare. And they are opening up founders positions for this, which is just kind of explode with the possibility of what this means. So I'll touch more on that later. But this was super cool to see. 52,000 kits for through doTERRA, and that was in 2018, how many kits they distributed. And I loved seeing that number. Okay, so that was that. They handed out, talking about healing hands, these booklets, and walks through like the percentage, the amount they were able to give, who all is giving, but how you can give too. The emergency kits, the hygiene, I think I talked to you guys or posted that you can buy those individually now instead of just buying like a whole group of 10 and sending them, and you can send them yourself. So say you have a missionary family in Romania who has had severe flooding. We were just talking about that with Christine, and their mom and dad or their family is just really struggling. And so you wanted to send them something, then that's what that breakdown is. The bracelets, talking about the lunar tracking bracelets. Anyway, super cool booklet, beautifully done, really impressive. And then the co-impact, some of the countries that they represent, these are stunning. They're really beautifully put together. They're soft, like, the business cards or that plastic material. But this is one, Nepal. What's from Nepal? You guys probably remember this?
Wintergreen.
Wintergreen, good job. And now spikenard too. So this is opening up, and it shows you where, tells you a breakdown about the distillery and stories in it. So if you're ever having someone who's interested in the healing hands and the co-impact sourcing, they have these booklets. They're awesome. And I actually have a couple of extras that I grabbed for you guys. So if you want them, let me know, and I can send some to you. This was the really cute, the booklet, because I always give everyone a booklet, and there's your doTERRA pen that goes with it. And in the back of these, every year, or every leadership and then every convention, they have different ones. So they're all separated. It looks like an essential oil bottle on the inside. But in the back, which is really cute, same pattern. This was the whole theme of leadership, was like drops everywhere. They have, if you're ordering, you need to reorder single oils, ordering enrollment kits. Then they have leadership diffuser blends. So I can post a picture of that. Essential oil recipes, popcorn, and a drink. DIY recipes, little pockets. I still am not sure what these are for. It's like a little hole in there. Somebody said maybe for business cards. Anyway. And then this for something, vitamins. It's a little plastic pocket. And then these are really cute to go in your calendar. So like when you're traveling or don't forget or pay the bill, LRP shopping cart, etc. Super cute. More stickers or just shoving wherever because you need them. And then stickies in the back. I like the minimalism of these ones. So this is the general idea for those who haven't seen a leadership or convention booklet. I'm going to give that away to someone. We're going to try to do lots of giveaways. Bought this. I've never actually owned any of the books. Symphony of Cells. And they have, I was going to count them, but this many protocols in it, which is awesome. I think we only have maybe 8 or 10 protocols, and it gives you exactly how to do it. Oh yeah, I know. I was like, I probably should invest in it. Everyone, so Boyd Truman's our upline, so I think that's why we more so know about Symphony of Cells. But the entire leadership, I heard countless team after team referencing Symphony of Cells. So obviously it works. Obviously people are loving the impact it has on the body. So again, telling you how to do it. And then it walks through all the protocols. So those are similar to what we have, but they have so many more options. So Symphony of Cells from, I'll say Aroma Tools maybe, if you go online.
They have it on my on sale right now too.
My Essential Business. So you said? Oh, fantastic. Awesome. Strengths. So in our back doTERRA Empowered You back office, they have the strengths guide, which a friend told me about. I hadn't seen them release that. So it looks like that, only digital form right now, but super quick for you guys to walk through yourselves. If you have a pen or pencil, grab it, and I'll have you write these 5 things down for you to walk through yourselves, and then for those you're working with to walk through too, because it's really, really good as far as constantly meeting them where they are and helping them to enhance what God's naturally given them. So number 1, write down your top talents. Space. 5 spaces. Number 2, think of a recent success you've experienced. So if that's with changing someone's life, sales experience, whatever that success in your own life that you've experienced. Number 3, which of your top strengths did you use to achieve that success? This is 2 parts. So which strength did you use? And then how? How did you perform it? Number 4, write an upcoming goal or a task that you want to accomplish. I want to take a super quick second here to talk about this. They mentioned in leadership, so write down an upcoming goal or task you want to accomplish. So they had mentioned to set achievable goals. She's got like 5 plastic phones in her pocket that she's pulling out. Okay, go help your sister, please. Finish cleaning up. To focus more on achievable. So like instead of, I want to be presidential diamond, which is awesome, right? You need to have an eventual goal, but work on something like, I'm going to do my Devos for a week. I'm going to host or teach 1 class this week, and little goals that you can check off, because that's so much more rewarding. Instead of just like, well, I'm going to hit my 250 bonus this month, and it goes by and you don't hit it. Like, you need to have those, but I'm going to hit my 50. You know that's in the bank. So having those little things that it's sort of like a marker, a trigger for the brain to, you've done this, you know you can do it again, like that sort of a reminder. So with the 4th one, write down an upcoming goal or task you want to accomplish. And then the next 5th, how can you use the strengths that you listed before? How can you use your strengths to help you reach your goal? So how can you use those 5, or maybe they only know 1 or 2 that they're naturally good at, to help you reach? So that's a breakdown of the strengths activity. You can find that in, I believe, Empowered You in the doTERRA back office. And basically it's for increased engagement, lower turnover, increased sales, more satisfaction, creativity, positivity, and better customer interactions, because you know what you're naturally good at. So Christine, I think your number 1 is responsibility or context. What's your number 1? Remember?
Context.
It is context. So being able to focus on that when you're honing in on with customers, you will do so much better if you remember, okay, how do I best relate to people? How do I best communicate? And then zoning in on that. And that's where the improved customer interactions happens. Okay, next, this is so exciting. I don't actually know where the paper is because I pulled it out to show Nick. It's somewhere. Anyway, this is a quick reference of the sales guide that they just released. Sorry. Phone calls coming in about windows and doors and roofs, etc. We just started demo today. So this is a sales guide in the center, right there. And it looks just like the other guides, like your grow mindset training, like those share, etc. And what a really good tip they said with that is it's the exact same for an elite as it is for a double diamond. The exact same key habits, work on your skills, and then repeat over and over and over. And that was a great reminder. So right there, the triangle, mindset, skill set, and tool set is what creates those key habits. Mindset, skill set, tool set. And they've given us the tools, right? We're working on creating that skill set by practice. Mindset, uber important, you know that. And that is those three things over and over. And so they just take you through. You share, keep it simple. You teach a class natural solutions. You give them the live. Then you work on the share and the build, depending on where they are. Launch, and then you help them to repeat as you are repeating. So that's just a quick breakdown of it. And then in the back, they had, you know, the pipes? So they had a pipes breakdown inside the sales guide. And then on that, it starts with connect, invite, educate, introduce, educate, and close. So this is your PIP. Connect, invite, basically presenting. E, enroll, answer questions, gather referrals, answer objections. Then S of pipes is follow up or support. So just repeating that, and then they have those all broken down in separate sections within the sales training guide. So that's a really quick reference of the sales training guide. Okay, before I start into a fantastically quick recap of leadership retreat notes, did you guys have any specific questions about anything I posted, or do you want to wait till I'm done going through everything? I have 19 pages of notes to go through. 20 pages.
Yeah, I'll wait till you're done. I'll try to write questions as I go.
Perfect, great idea. I sometimes I hold a finger up to remind myself I have to say something sometimes. Then I get there, I'm like, what was that thing I had to say? So good job writing it down. Healing hands. One thing that changed was matching funds used to be if you were like raising something for a mission or a project, they would match it at 10,000 for healing hands. They've bumped that to 15,000, the cap, which I love that they did that. Super cool. New products. You guys saw the pictures. I didn't get a picture of the ginger drops, but it's for traveling, motion sickness, and basically all nausea, pregnancy. Similar concept to the Breathe or On Guard drops, or just ginger. And then, and this all, I believe, is available, more or less all of it, April, after they have West Coast leadership. Secondly, the deodorant, Douglas Fir, hey, Douglas Fir and Greek Orange.
Hello.
Aaron's in court.
Yes.
And Beth didn't respond. How's it going?
Good.
Awesome.
Good. Yes.
Hey, let's actually super quick, can we pray for Erin? And she is in court battling for her friend for custody for the little boy that she shared. So I just want to pray super quick. Lord, I know that you are in control.
Wait.
Sorry, go ahead.
I just wondered if you could also pray for, I have a counselee dealing with a suicide issue and a threat here, and not just a threat, but police are involved. And so I just, if you could just pray, that's a lot there going on.
Absolutely. Is it for the spouse or the wife, or like, if I can ask that, is it for man or woman?
Yeah,
who we're praying for?
The spouse of the wife that I'm counseling. So it's
Spouse of the wife. Okay. Dear Lord, I pray that as all of us have things that are near, dear, and heavy on our hearts, that you already know them. And yet you've told us that when we bring them in front of you again and together corporately, that there is even more power in our requests. Lord, I pray that as we are just thinking about those who we have crossed paths with, who have become really good friends with, that you will give them the strength that only you can provide. You will give them the grace to walk through the battles or the good and the bad times that you have ahead of them, and that above all, you will give them the trust and the knowledge that you are our God and you are in absolute control. No amount of worrying or stress that we might think is helpful will have anything to do with the outcome, but that we'll just keep falling on our knees and putting our eyes on you, Lord. And thank you of Erin and her friends, and for Melissa's Cancely, as their family is walking through something that none of us ever expect, that you'll be with the husband and give him the words or the lack thereof that you want him to have, and give him just your presence, Lord, the knowledge of your presence as he steps forward. And we love you, and even though we know that you are good, we sometimes forget to see it and to focus on it. So I pray that you'll help us to do that as we go forward. Thank you for everything you've done and given us. In your name, amen. Thank you for doing that with me. Okay, new products. Douglas fir and Greek orange deodorant. I thought that was cool that they brought in the Greek orange versus just the regular Florida oranges. They have in the citrus bath bar, they've redone the formula and it has sunflower wax beads added into it for more emollients, I believe. And I don't think it has the oatmeal scrub, which I was kind of bummed about because I like the scrub, but the people who are sitting with is like, yes, it's not going to scrape your skin. Yoga collection now available individually, which is exciting if you want a specific one. Melaleuca, this is only states because we already know this for Canada. Name change to tea tree. And if you're wondering, if you've had anyone ask, it's Melaleuca alternifolia. So alternifolia, and what that means is you don't take Melaleuca internally. This brand that they have, or species that they have, Emily said she'll still gargle with it and swish. She'll put it everywhere topically, but don't take this one specifically internally. Again, nothing to freak out about, but if someone brings it up, just so you have an awareness. So you're like, yes, I completely understand where you're coming from. This is the species we use, and maybe offer something alternatively. So, you know, when all the mamas are freaking out about lavender and their boys growing boobs, to say, I understand your concern. If I were you, maybe I would use this as an alternative instead of, I know it's so frustrating and so horrible, always creating that option. So you guys, you already know that. You're really good. Okay, Zendo Complex. It has been out of stock. I learned this while I was there because the facility that was producing it had an E. coli breakout. doTERRA got, because again, running through its standards and testing, doTERRA caught it, shut the whole thing down, and stopped, because that was their only output of the Zendocrine complex, and stopped the whole output, which I was, again, impressed with their integrity with that. Hopefully being in restock late April, if you have questions, anyone there. Mother's Day kit, guys, the diffuser, it's up there. You know the Brevi, the brown one they released for Christmas? They have the Mother's Day, it's beautiful, white on top, and the bottom's like a white marbly. So pretty, like a goldish vein going through it. Nick saw it and he's like, can you buy that for yourself? I'm like, babe, you gotta try. So anyway, the Mother's Day kit comes with the citrus bloom, which we didn't smell that. It is supposed to be citrus and florally. Citrus bloom and the diffuser, available around Mother's Day. And then also they're gonna sell the citrus bloom individually. So you could maybe use that as like incentives for your team or give it whatever you wanna do. And then Father's Day, they have, it almost looks like a dry erase marker concept. Like that's what the item looks like. Excuse me, with a clip, and it's a car diffuser vent clip. So it's a cotton roller or felt roller in the middle. Drip your oils, put it in your vent. And that's for Father's Day, along with Island Mint, which is another new oil, which is going to be lime, lemon, peppermint, and spruce. Lime, lemon, peppermint, and spruce. I thought that sounded like a really, Nick's going to love that one.
That's a great idea because Mike's truck stinks.
Perfect for all the guys. And it's easy because you don't have to fill it with water, right? That's perfect. Babe, your phone's been, can you tell, is that back there? His phone's been going off the whole time. Importance of BOGO. They capped on that. So that's all new products, okay? Importance of BOGO. doTERRA-wide, there are 15,000 new enrollments for that 1 week, which is huge. 3,000 reactivations. So that's a really, really good time to capture those who once enrolled or are on LRP. Hey, if you're interested in reactivating, I would love to either offer this freebie or just show you what you could do. And a lot of times with the reactivations, you can move them. So that helps you to hit your bonuses too. So that's another key point too. 64% of new enrollments, by the way, during a BOGO week, 64% are active in the retention, which means they're consistently placing LRPs. So something else to keep in mind. Hi, buddy. He just looked very concerned in that moment. Products that sell best. What's that?
He's very angry.
I'm sorry.
He's cutting another tooth.
I can tell his shirt. Products that sell best. They had the revenue as far as the product and then the volume. So you want to guess what the highest revenue product is?
LLV?
Yeah, good job. LLV, then all the on guard, so like your toothpaste, your hand soap, your detergent, and then lavender was the third product, okay? Then by volume, number one's lavender. This one, I don't remember if this was oils, I'm assuming. Lavender, on guard, and lemon were the top three, which I have lots of lavender for some reason. I don't know why. Not my favorite, to be honest, but I'm always buying on guard and lemon, like quite consistently. Retention. Those with LLV orders are more than double in volume. So that was a very interesting alertness. Top retention for consistent LRPs, LLV, PB Assist, toothpaste. Everyone uses those every single month. So getting them on a healthier version, safer version, LLV, PB Assist, toothpaste. Why? They touched on why events, and you already know this, especially Melissa, going to convention, because it's hard to explain if you've never been there, but it helps your heart be knit together for a common cause, right? You see the stories about healing hands and the lives of thousands of people that you've touched, and it unites you. You create friendships and bonds. There are people I never would have met. The people parked in my driveway right now, I never would have met. They're here helping us, giving of their lives for 2 to 3 weeks. Her husband's a contractor. And I would have never met them if it weren't for us going to an event and meeting them. So it's fantastic. And then worthy cause. You know that. How many companies, we already talked about the $100,000 that they gave, and the majority of multi-level network marketing. A new car, you want a new car, or a getaway for da-da-da. And yet it's a worthy cause of giving $100,000. Like, they didn't even think about it. They just raised their hand. Yeah, I'll put me down for 20,000. Yeah, I'll cap it to 100,000, because that is so much more important to them. And I really appreciated seeing that again. What else? Oh, healthcare founders. I was trying to explain this to Nick. I posted the video of it, I believe. Double check if I haven't, and you can holler at me. But this is winning the incentive trip or participating, and winning the healthcare founders exact same thing. So it was saying, for example, if you enroll 15 people and you get them on LRP for at least 3 months, aiming for 4, you are going to get double the amount. So you get 2 points for every single LRP, 2 points for enrollment. So super simple, but what it's showing you is that the 1,000 alerts just pop up. What's important with doTERRA is the retention, getting people on the LRP, understanding it's a lifestyle, not a one-stop shop. So with that being said, the healthcare founders, what this looks like, and you can go back and watch the video if you have questions, is you're guaranteed 1 share is guaranteed right now for doTERRA, the healthcare founder, at $3,300 minimum. They guarantee that amount for $3,300. And that, just if you can comprehend what this looks like, this is the very first time that they've integrated in a worldwide scale. They're opening 30 clinics within this next year in just North America. And what this could look like in every single city across the US and then Canada and then worldwide, like that share is just going to keep growing. It's the exact same, what are they called? Exact same action steps as the incentive trip. Enroll people, get them on LRP for 4 months, and that's literally all it is. And then you have a guarantee for those who are top 25, get forever. They get like top 25 points. They're forever. It's like a, what is it called when a church has foundation member, like they're the beginning members, whatever they're called. You know what I'm talking about?
Wasn't that it? The founding members?
Maybe.
Your charter members.
Yes, charter. That's the word I was looking for. Charter members, and the top 25 are forever. You don't ever have to. And then it's 300 is what it is, the amount of people. And so 25 to 300, it renews every year. So depending on your enrollment and your LRP volume, that's how you get it. So that is a massive bonus and potential that they are offering us. I was really excited about that. Healing Hands trip. This is for everyone. I was wondering how to be a part of it. I thought you had to be a certain rank, but I learned that to become part of a Healing Hands, you go to the website and find which trip you're interested in. You donate $10 toward that trip specifically, and you're automatically put on the list for those who are eligible to travel, which I thought, oh, that's seriously, I mean, you pay your way to go, but then you're there for a week or 2 weeks, however long it is. And that's something I've always been on my vision board. I definitely want to do that. Rachel Hollis, she touched on 3 things that are going to throw us off. And I have 5 pages from her, so I'm not going to read them all right now. Running out of time, trying to keep going. The 3 things are comparison, thinking it's supposed to happen now, and the voice in your head. So comparison, if only I could have da-da-da, then it's going to be easier. And we all know that's not actually the truth. Grass is greener. Comparison is the thief of joy. And it's interesting, she had one person say, you know what, how do you compare yourself? And they said it out loud. And then everyone else listening to it, it sounds ludicrous because you're like, well, obviously that's not the truth. But when you say it out loud, so interesting to hear that. Number 2, thinking it's supposed to happen now. Typically, they have, in order to get to the mountaintop, you walk through a valley, right? The valley is not easy. It's not quick. It gets harder. You don't feel supported. You have pain, hardship, trauma. And yet, like thinking of this physically and then figuratively, you have to be able to walk through that path, because what it does is it gives you that strength to climb the mountain. And without that walking through the valley and the hardship, you don't build the muscles. You don't have the legs and the shoulders and the core that it's going to take to get you up that mountain. And that was a really good analogy for me to think through. So valley, up the mountain, you can't get to your dream unless you walk through that hardship to get up there. Sure. I need to finish this. About like 10, 15 minutes? Is that okay? Okay. Sorry, we trying errands in the background. The second you start to look outside, you rob yourself. It has nothing to do with anyone else, but when you start zooming it back out, you lose complete sight of what's important. My love. Number 3, the voice in your head. I love this part. When she talked about, she calls it the adversary. And I'm like, oh my word, that's so true. I mean, yes, I know negative thoughts and I know that it's human to think negatively, but it's literally the enemy, the adversary, who's trying to drag us down and have us think of anything opposite than what we are in truth and what we are in reality. And that was so good. So she said, what she wants to do is, wanted us to do, create a space for about 20 minutes. You journal on paper, write the voice that's in your head, the thoughts, all of it, write everything that comes to your head, the junk, the evil, the ugliness, write it all out. And give that voice, once you have it all written out, a physical personality or manifestation. So she's 5'8", she has blonde hair. She said her name is Pam, and that's the name of her guide. And then Pam's always upset, always calling out and talking to the manager and like right ticked about everything, really strong. And then she said, imagine that this person, Pam, is standing in front of you and standing in front of your family, your kids, and starts just shouting at you. Dude, sorry guys. Shouting at you and calling you all those evil things that your mind says and yelling about that in front of your kids, in front of your grandkids, what would you do? Would you just stand there like we do in our head and allow it to process? Or would you be like, you would kick her out of there as fast as you can. You would knock her down and assure your family that that is the opposite of what you want them to think of you or what you want to portray. And thinking through it that way, I was like, oh, that's incredible. And putting a person's face to it and thinking of it as the adversary. Acknowledge it, right? It's still going to be there, but you have to process how you're going to deal with it. She said, I'm the problem equals I'm the solution. So when you go to something, know that, 10 minutes, I'll talk faster. The question, right there. What is one piece of info that if I get it, it will change everything? So if you know the question, you know the answer. And allowing ourselves to process that. So if you're doubting, you're not sure what to do, how to do it, stop, pause, and think through it, because you've probably already walked through something similar to this before in a different form. What is worse than dying with potential inside of you because you're afraid and worried about what someone else might think? So dying with all of that spark and light and purpose that we were given when we were created just because we're afraid. That really spoke to me too. We went through social media retention. I can do more about that if you have specific questions. Amanda Beach about Q&A, growing from gold to diamond, shared a few points there. Maximizing retention, growing team enrollments. Be who God meant you to be, and you'll set this world on fire. That's Ruth Gow. That was really, whatever. Very good. Creating a mindset for success, sales training. Haley Hobson did that one. She said, guys, this is a game changer. I don't think you understand how fantastic this is going to be for your teams. Paneling, turning users into product evangelists, filling the seats, and then daily activity really quick, and then I'm going to let you go. A blue diamond from Quebec. Quebec's exploding, by the way. If you have anyone who is French or lives in that area, it's erupting. Daily activity, journaling. She said that she does these. It's like 9 or 10 things every single day. Journaling brings awareness and introspection. Vision board, real pictures. So for example, she had a picture of her walking down instead of just a picture of I am diamond, of her, or the picture of the red carpet that you walk down with all the confetti. Excuse me, she put that actual picture, and I thought that was a good point in not just the illusion, but the reality of what you want it to be. If you want to be on a beach, don't just put any beach, pick what beach you want to be on and put that, like that sort of concept. Vision board, sweat every single morning. She gets up, she works out. These are non-negotiables. She said, I did this before doTERRA. That's who I am. I do it after. Focus, learn, love, right? Love on your family, communicate, possibility, love on your teams. She had pictures. It was really cool. She's like, we're going to love on our family. She started there and said, and then we love our teams. And then we love, she put another picture, our teams. And then we love our teams. And like she kept putting pictures of different events with their team up, and I love that. Progress, track your numbers, something I need to get better at. Watch the volume and rank, send letters of the date. I thought that was interesting. They would send, I want to be such and such, this is my goal by this date. They would sign it, send it to her. When they reached that, she sent the letter back. I thought that was really sweet. And then the last one is fun, having fun and bringing happiness. So ending with Emily Wright, the most important thing is our attitude and our mindset. Am I living up to my full potential or living below my potential? God has given us all endless opportunities if we capture them and we live out to our fullest potential. And so it was a really good weekend. I really, really, really highly recommend it, obviously, but I can't wait for next February or March, whenever you guys are going to the West Coast or East Coast leadership to send it with you. But does that give you like sort of a general concept idea of it? Any questions?
I mean, I have a couple of questions, but I don't have time right now. So Mainly, I think my question had to do with, I really like a lot. I appreciate, I think the best, the products that sell the best, and what to get people on, and the importance
Yes.
of retention. That was very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
The new products are fun. I'm not sure what you meant about healing hands, but that's really not here nor there for me at this point.
Yep. You can always
Okay.
type out the text questions too and send that to me, and then I can talk about each of them individually too, or we can chat sometime that you do have time.
That was growing team enrollments. That's always something for me,
Okay.
but
Then
I would like more info on that. But otherwise, I think I'm good. Thank you. I'm sorry, I have another call at 3. I need to get ready for.
Oh, I understand completely.
Thank you.
Christine, any questions?
What was your favorite part?
Oh, seeing everyone and feeling like I was a part of a community, I think. Obviously being inspired and learning new things and tips and tricks, but I think so often we feel like it's just us, or we're pulling, trying to create this idea that we have in our head, and it's just on our own single island. But when you get together with everyone again and you have those connections that you've met before, you're making new friends. Love that part of it. I love reconnecting, hearing their dreams and trying to pull stuff out of them too, and vice versa, and helping each other think deeper and to dream bigger, because that's truly what friendship's about. So I love that part of it. And I'll take pictures of growing team enrollments. I'll post that on our team leader page. And then Biz Camp is going to be coming up. So love your help with figuring those things out. I think I'm going to start doing an oil camp once a month for all of our new enrollments. So again, I'll chat with you guys about that. And I think that's all I had for right now. Okay? Thank you for jumping on for the live. Really appreciate it. I appreciate the time and the investment in it.
Thank you. Love you.
Love you guys. Take care of yourselves and have a
Bye.
good afternoon. Bye-bye.